You came to Emerald Stair looking for answers. And now we're leaving with more questions. How do we fight the Dream Scourge? What can we do about Sapadal? And where is the garden? Not to mention, why the Steel Garrote burned my fucking home to the ground. I'm glad you think so. Because right now you're the only Adiran whose opinion matters to me. I will not forget Fiorme Siverna. Everything it was, and everything it could have been. And I will never forgive. Never.
So on top of the Dream Scourge rotting your fields and turning kith and beast alike into monsters, now we've got a Death Guard Inquisitor and the Steel Garrote dogging our steps. Do you think Ludwig will try something similar in Thirdborn? That's good to hear. We'll find allies in Shatterscarp, if it's anything like I remember. Thirdborn's a rugged place that attracts rugged people. Lots of Rawatayans, scramble routes with no prospects back home, washouts from military or mercenary life, sailors in search of steady ground. Add to that a motley assortment of pirates, free spirits, and people who like living under the loosest grasp of the law, and you've got Thirdborn. But rumor has it something's amiss in Shatterscarp. Strange dreams, disappearances, people wandering into the desert and never returning, or coming back, changed. That's what I'm afraid of.
At least that tells us we're on the right track. This Dream Scourge is one of the weirdest things I've ever tried to hunt. Town full of survivors. Anyone who decides to stake out a life in Shatterscarp isn't someone you want to mess with. Good enough people, though. And generally less likely to rob you or bore you to sleep than other places we've been.
Everything we learned in Naku Tadek points us to the garden. Thirdborn is just a stepping stone. But we don't know anything about the garden. It could be a myth, or a metaphor. Whatever the garden is or isn't, it's our only lead. We find the garden, we find the Dream Scourge. Indeed, and deep roots waiting to be unearthed. Yatsley is a master of the unknown and the unknowable. No mystery eludes her for long. If there is a path to the garden, Yatsley can lead us to it. I'd follow her anywhere.
Or maybe that god poking around your soul could give us directions.
Ask for directions. Why didn't I think of that? Kai, that's brilliant. Whatever Sapadal tells us will be filtered through a lot of metaphysical noise, but it couldn't hurt to try. This is so exciting. Sapadal? It's Giada. Giada Castell. If you're listening, could you please tell us more about the garden?
Castell. Why does this name sing to us? A voice through murky water. The garden stifles the notes. We cannot reach. The branches bind.
Did you get anything? What? No. They must have confused me with someone else. Clearly your link to Sapadal isn't as strong as it was in Naku Tadek. But I'll take it over nothing.
I'll pass. I've heard too many ghost stories that start this way.
Right. If I wanted to waste time, that's what I carry a flute for.
Just me then. Really? No one else has a question for the god of the living lands? Fascinating.
So let me see if I got this straight. We're looking for the garden, which might not exist. Our best lead is Yatsley, an eccentric scholar who's gone ahead to Thirdborn, where the Dream Scourge may be ravaging.
Don't look at me. I was fine going back to Paradise. stop. You're aggravating my ulcer.
Listen, I hate to ask this, but while we're in Shatterscarp, there's something I need to do. Something I owe Tama. There's an old battlefield near some Pogrunan ruins. Area called the Shark's Teeth. Tama lost his badge there. I need to get it. Not a bit. For all I know, it's long gone anyway.
Better to keep moving forward, Kai. What's lost is lost.
Get some rest. Sleep is good for the soul. Maybe this doesn't need to be said, but I don't blame you for what happened to Fiorme Siverno. I just wanted you to know. No need to question it anymore. They've made their intentions clear. I'll get the bastards who did this. One way or another, I'll make them pay.
Sleep well. We've got a long road ahead.
Right. Give me a minute. There's a lot going on right now.
It's okay to be nervous.
Growing up, I heard stories of a garden in the center of the living lands. I thought they were just stories. No one living had ever gone there, but we were just supposed to protect it. It's a place of great beauty and power. They say no one can get there, that it's the spiritual center of the lands. The kind of place you surround with an acid sea and do not leave maps lying around pointing out how to get there. Nandru's the only one who went to the garden and made it back, which is interesting because you kind of look like him. You have the same kind of face things from what I've seen. You know, the fungus stuff. Didn't seem relevant. I started following you at first because I thought it was a wild coincidence. There's a resemblance, sure, but no one alive has ever seen Nandru other than a few statues and descriptions and legends. And we're talking about oral legends, passed down for centuries. Who knows what's true and what's dramatic license? Maybe. After meeting you, I didn't put much significance on it. You're not Nandru, which is probably for the better. I never met the man. Some in Solace don't seem to like him, but I never got an idea why. There's just a lot of stuff from the old times that isn't as true as we think it is. A lot changes here over centuries. Like the garden. Even if someone knew how to get there, they knew it hundreds of years ago. Who knows if the garden even exists anymore? That's rich. I'm so dedicated to the vows I took to Solace that I ran away in the night and never went back. Look, this gods and magic stuff isn't my expertise. Come find me when you need an antivenom for a windsnake bite. I need to get some rest before I get all worked up. Grab me when you're ready to go. I need to go hunting. I hope you like roasted snake. Right. What do you need? They say this used to all be underwater until something happened that cracked open the ground and swallowed the seas. Makes sense to me. If you dig far enough, you'll find strange things like old fish bones that don't make sense in a place like this. I think that's why Thirdborn appeals to the Rowatayans so much. Like there's an ancestral connection with what the land used to be. Or maybe they just like fishing off the coast. What do I know? Let's see. Shatterscarp doesn't want to kill you, really, but it isn't interested in helping you survive either. The key here is water and shade. Cover your skin, or it'll be dried out in no time and you'll be as red as a Balrog's throat. You might be worried about saving water, but what you want to do is try not to sweat. Stay in shade as much as you can. And don't drink the water from the plants out here. They're all full of parasites and poisons. Getting sick out here is the worst. What else is there? No idea. What you see out there is what you get. Let's see. It gets cold out here at night. I always make a fire in camp, and no matter how hot it is during the day, I always keep a blanket. I like to camp on a hill or plateau if I can, because even the slightest bit of rain can cause a flash flood. You'd be surprised how many people drown in Shatterscarp. Nothing's prepared for rain out here, especially the land itself. Though if you don't drown, your water problems are pretty much solved, so there you go. Right, changing the subject. Thanks for talking.
Need a break from the dream scourge? I'm afraid not. I've spent a little time in Dawnshore, but this place is a mystery to me. It's good to be somewhere different. Somewhere I can build new memories. Whenever I'm reminded of how big this island really is, it makes my problems feel smaller. What are you so curious about? Thanks for talking.
Hey, I wanted to talk to you about what happened in Emerald Stair. I know your Emperor sent you here to represent Adir, but the Steel Garrote raising Fior has gotta make things harder for you. Then why did your Emperor send them? Look, I'm not trying to hold your feet to the fire over this. The cruelty we saw, it's hard to reconcile that with the place you've called home. I just wanted to know how you're feeling about all this. Yeah, I told you about my time fighting under Rautai's flag in the Deadfire. Seeing what we did there, what we allowed. I felt like the home I knew was changing. Bit by bit, or maybe I was. Enough about me, though. I want to know about you. I hear that. Unfortunately, I don't think this situation is going to get any easier. It makes venturing through the treacherous wild seem like a relief. Anyway, I just want to check in with you. This may be your burden, but you don't have to carry it alone. What's on your mind? A marker of his service to Thirdborn's defense, and something that helps his comrades identify his remains, if needed.
You always hope it won't come to that.
You hope it won't, but you know it might. It's an old Rauataian naval tradition that Thirdborn's kept alive, and another debt I owe him. The story goes that a lot of the first arrivals were Rauataians without other prospects, too low on the ladder to take over the family trade, too poor to learn another. Exactly. Rauatai's an inhospitable environment, to say the least, so my people have a proud tradition of seeking our fortunes elsewhere. Rauatai's got a big navy that always needs fresh blood, and there are plenty of opportunities for large, colorful mercenaries and bodyguards all over Aora. Of course not. We've also got poets, artisans, scholars, traders, you name it, just like anywhere else. But they're not the ones who built Thirdborn. It started as a convenient harbor for pirates and mercs to lie low. Bold, or desperate, fishing crews from Rauatai would follow seasonal catches out here. That tells you something about the people willing to attempt it. Over time, those early arrivals built huts, a proper harbor, and walls to protect them from all the hungry things in the desert. Well, that brought in a steady trickle of veterans, ruffians, trophy hunters, and rugged eccentrics. People looking for fresh adventure, or running from the consequences of their old ones. Your words, not mine. Good thing you're asking the expert. Sure. What's on your mind? Where to start? It's a huge desert full of sandy wastes, canyons, and highlands. On a clear day, you can stand at one of the overlooks to gaze straight across the great sand sea and see no end to the dunes. Rauatai didn't have much of that, so I guess I'm used to it. But Shatterscarp may surprise you. It's dangerous and stark. A lot like Rauatai, but in a different way. Sandstorms instead of typhoons. Guess that's part of what I liked about it. Familiar, but different. Shake the sand out of your bedroll before you settle in.
What's that fragrance you're wearing?
Ambergris, from the guts of a dead leviathan. Why, do you like it?
Well, don't get me wrong. I like it fine. But I think it's attracting spiteflies.
Oh, that explains the bites. Apologies, Marius. The aroma does tend to linger.
No. It's fine. I can handle a few spiteflies. Just letting you know.
I'm never wearing this again.
You smell death here.
Listen to me. Look here. Can you focus on my voice? Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm just dizzy.
I'll kill them. I'll fucking kill every last one of them. They've got to die. You hear me? They've all got to die.
That last fight gouged a hole through our ranks.
Fucking bastard.
Too many. Not even counting the ones we had to put down because they turned into dream.
I'll kill them. I'll fucking kill every last...
I had to put down 3 good men myself. Telling them.
Don't talk to me like you're the only one who understands hardship. I'm going to be facing down a mutiny soon.
You think we want to be here? Thinking King.
So leave. I can't wait to see the last of you and your people.
And go where? Nothing but death waiting out there. Better we die with honor.
Oh, it's a wonder we managed to stop them.
Is this place really worth so many lives?
Envoy, I have something to ask of you. A good man is dead out there in the sands. The Dream Thralls ambushed us, and Helshin, he held them off so we could escape. There was a sword he had that was precious to him, and he would have wanted that sword to continue the fight for Adir. It's of good quality. Might be of use to you. The ambush happened out in the ancient lake bed, at the bottom of the rounded cliff. Thank you again, Envoy. You'll find the sword down in the lake bed. Please, recover it if you can.
What did this? To train soldiers? We need to find the person in charge.
Another Adiran, Kutabao.
Hold on. This isn't one of mine. Or Ludwig's. You must be the envoy Hilgard told me about.
Well, you picked a damn fine time to show up.
Dream Thralls ambushed us an hour ago. We're still counting the dead.
Our dead, to be precise.
We lost soldiers too, protecting your people.
Yes, how heroic. Protecting Kith from Adiran Dream Thralls. Look around you, Envoy. Our Kith don't wear your fancy armor.
We don't have time to argue. The Dream Scourge has been ravaging our camp.
In all their military might, your Adiran comrades decided to go wandering through the desert, despite my advice. And now we're all paying for their idiocy. Thirdborners and Adirans alike.
We've since pulled back to Eagle's Reach until more reinforcements arrive to contain the Dream Thralls. Whatever your intentions here, Envoy, it's not worth it. Better to go back to Paradise where it's safe. Not an encouraging thought, but a true one.
At least you have your guard up. Maybe you'll even make it to Thirdborn.
At ease. The Envoy's more than capable, and I know my way around Shatterscarp, even if it's been a few years.
Look, Envoy. Kith aren't too keen on Adirans at the moment. Rumor of what happened in Fjord is already starting to spread. Just watch your back, all right?
Good luck, Envoy. Gods protect you.
They're not fighting over territory, they're fighting over who has suffered the most. We live in unusual times.
Another soul lost. What a waste.
I'm here to protect Rutaska, not to talk to you. We shouldn't even be out here with you. We should be defending Thirdborn. I've nothing to say to you.
You need something? Watch yourself, Atira.
Yeah, at least the shack stopped smouldering. Why any of our people settle there by their own will, I don't know.
Fools.
Well, we warned them not to settle in the goddamn desert. Sure, Captain says a broken lantern killed them, that it was just an accident, but... if they hadn't been there... you know.
Maybe they'd still be alive. Maybe they'd have gotten themselves killed elsewhere. We'll never know. We've seen some awful things from here, Envoy.
We've lost good kith out there, Envoy. Make sure you don't join their number.
There's no going home after this. Not really. What have we gotten ourselves into?
Move along, Envoy. Move along, Envoy.
Kevin, God, I hate this posting.
It's quiet again. I wonder how long it'll last.
Thirdborners have been on edge ever since the mines got shut down. Welcome to the shit, Envoy. Sorry for the mess, but it can't be helped. Not when a fucking horde of dream thralls screams up the path. At least they're not coming out of the fucking rock like they did in the mines. Ugh, dream thrall spiders.
Nothing is spared this plague. Neither the land, nor the creatures who inhabit it.
Aye, a living nightmare. They swarmed just like that. At least dream scourge people don't eat their kill. What kind of feet have you got? we're talking about a whole mine filled with them. Follow the path down. You'll see the elevator. It's broken now, but the mines are just on the cliff above.
I used to hear stories about cave-ins up there. Watch your step.
If you hit the Leviathan skull when you're up there, you've gone too far. You'll know it when you see it. The powers that be decided we'd help Thirdborn reopen an old, abandoned sulfur mine. Help arm Thirdborn against the Dream Scourge, you see. Make friends. But it's not my place to talk about any of it. If it please you, sounds like they need all the help they can get.
Clearing out dream-scourged spiders. Sounds like honest work to me.
Thirdborners have been on edge ever since the mines got shut down.
Don't know how many of our own were lost. Upwards of 20 at least.
We have everything we need in Adir. What are we doing here? I'll never leave Adir again.
Darren! Please. We need help.
Our parents, they...
We were out finding food, but when we came back, they'd changed.
They attacked us, tried to rip us apart.
Did you say your parents changed? Oh no.
We locked them inside the house, but we don't know what to do.
You tell them Kai sent you. That should still carry some weight.
They're going to kill them!
Shh. It'll be okay, Tamamu. They're in our home by the cliff face.
No, no. Mother. Father.
Please. Try to make it fast. And let us know when it's over. We'll need to do the last rites.
Let us know when it's over. Gods, what a thing to say about one's family.
Whatever you must do. We understand.
Eye sharp. Dream thralls ahead.
He disturbs us.
Unseen, unheard.
Let's finish this.
Come on! Come on! Dodge this!
Must have been stragglers from Eagle's Reach. They weren't ready.
Who's ready for more?
This place was bad enough before the Dream Scourge. Now it's downright hazardous. No, but I'm not the only one out here, am I? I have a whole party of Nimdutin to keep from getting themselves killed. This used to be a fertile land, with lakes, forests, all of that. Then everything suddenly changed several hundred years ago. Now it's blasted deserts and dried up seas. Anything that lives here is simply stubborn enough not to die.
That's the most apt description of Thirdborn I've ever heard.
I'm being blessed realistic. Emerald Stair was Toddler Town frolics compared to this. Shatterscarp might not want you dead like Galawain's tusks, but it doesn't particularly care if you live either. What do you need? If I must. I have a moment to talk. Right. What do you need? Right. Changing the subject? Not before I've done some reading.
Stranded between the Adiran army and a desert of dream thralls. How long till they fix this godforsaken platform?
We took you in when the Dream Thrall swarmed. We weren't bad company, were we?
That's neither here nor there. I just don't want to get killed.
I don't know why we don't use a simple pulley system. If they hadn't made this thing so complicated, it'd be fine.
I don't like being stuck out here. I don't know when the Dream Thralls are going to attack. Get them to fix the damned lift, won't you? I don't like being stuck out here. I don't know when the Dream Thralls are going to attack.
Quiet as a soul. I hate to see what the Dream Scourge does to nature, much less people.
Can't imagine having to kill one of your own, even after they've turned. We make a good squad.